All right, now, you know, we're gonna have to connect this to the bus cable. This is your timing cord. We're gonna have to do that here in just a second. But before we do that, because we just want to press the bow one time, installing peeps, installing rest. You don't want to put the bow in the press a bunch of different times, because the more times you press the bow, the more apt you are to jumping the strings out of the tracks, and or you know, you could damage the bow, because presses are strong, and if you're not qualified at working the press, you can damage a bow. But before we do that, I want to make sure that I got this rest in the right place. Hand me that special Allen wrench that we have there. Here's an Allen wrench that they provide, and they've actually kind of stubbed it up for these bridge systems, these wonderful Hoyt bridge system bows, so that it fits in behind it. It needs to go out just a little bit. I'm just kind of eyeballing the center. We'll show you how to get the center a little later. But the way I like to set the rest, some people set it up like that and then just kind of eyeball it this way. What I like to do is set the rest where I want it in the riser, and then I'll tie the knock according to where I wanted that rest. So I want to drop this down a little bit, because in my opinion, and I'd say that Pitts is going to agree with me.
I'm going to agree with you before you even say it.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there.
Okay. So in my opinion, I want this rest to be as low in the center shot as possible. And my theory is on that, and it's just my opinion, is where you grab the bow, you want the rest, the point where the arrow touched the rest, as close to the top of your hand, or the pivot point of the throat of the grip, as possible. And the reason being is like, you look over my shoulder, is if it was way up high, if you have any torque or can't, it's magnified because it's farther away from your hand. I mean, you can't get right on top of your hand, but the closer it is to your hand, the more forgiving it is to our unmachine-like torque. So that's why I want it as close as possible. But you don't want to jam it too far down there, because you don't want that rest hitting the arrow shelf on the riser. So ballpark wise, we've got the rest kind of where we want. It's going to dictate where it needs to be when we go to paper tuning, and then left and right, we've got it kind of like eyeballed by the string track here, but we'll talk more about that in just a minute. But the rest is bolted on and secure.